Hi boys and girls, today we're going to make slime. Now this is more of a traditional slime recipe as opposed to the oobleck we made yesterday or the other day, depending on when you watch this video. So what you're going to need is 1/2 cup of white glue. Now I've already made these for the class and it helps to keep this in a cup because as you can see it kind of spreads out, and if it were to lay down now it's going to get all the way over to the zipper, but we don't want that, so I'm keeping it in the cup for now. And I can open this up and bring it over top of the edge and makes it easier to put anything in without anything getting messy. All right, the next thing I'm going to need, so I'm using 1/2 cup of glue. Now I'm going to need some baking soda. So I'm going to be using 1 tablespoon of baking soda. So I'm going to get in here, I'm going to get a nice level scoop of that, and I'm going to put that in. So that one's done. Now I'm going to close this up. I'm going to take it out, I'm going to mix it around a little bit, kind of get things started. Now what we're doing today is going to be a little bit different from what we did with the oobleck. The oobleck was a physical change. This one's going to be a chemical change. So we've gotten the baking soda mixed in with the glue, and now the important one. Now this one, I'm gonna mix this in 1 tablespoon at a time. So I'm gonna take my saline solution. You can get it anywhere. This was Walgreens. You can get it at Walmart, Great Value brand, doesn't really matter. So you're gonna use 1 measured tablespoon. So you're gonna squeeze the bottle into the tablespoon till you get a tablespoon in there, and then I'm gonna pour it in. Now I'm gonna set this aside. Notice I'm keeping it open because I'm gonna be using more. And the more you use, the more rubbery your slime will be. The less you use, the more slimy and sticky it will be. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're mixing it really good, try to get it all around the bag, and you're going to start to notice almost like a film kind of creating or starting to get to it. It's going to, well, it's going to kind of harden a little bit, and that's where you can see it start to separate from the bag, as you can see, right? This is where the chemical reaction or chemical change is taking place. So we're gonna spread this around real good. We've gotta knead it all together real good. And it's gonna be kind of messy, and that's why we're doing it in the bag. It does make it a little bit easier, though most people say it's a lot easier to do in a bowl. And well, the problem with the bowl is that that's a lot more cleanup for me, especially in the classroom. And honestly, it's a lot more cleanup for you at home as well. So if you're doing this at home and you want to try to keep it neat, the best thing to do is put it in a bag and keep working it. Now I'm using a sandwich bag. It could be a quart-sized bag, a gallon bag, it all depends on how much you want to use. Now the recipe I'm using is 1/2 cup of glue to 1 tablespoon of baking soda to 1 tablespoon of saline solution, but I can always add another 1/2 or 1 tablespoon as needed. And as you can see, I'm working that saline solution between the plastic and the glue so that I'm separating the glue from the bag, so it's no longer sticking to the bag. See, now you can see the bottom of the bag. I'm just gonna keep working it around and then start really mashing it up. Really mash it up really good. Okay? All right, now, this is where it's gonna get a little bit messier, but that's okay, because we're going to reach our hand inside and we're going to grab our slime. And look, it's completely come out of the bag. The nice thing is there's still a little bit of saline in there, and we may have some hard spots, some soft spots. Well, we're just going to keep working this around and kneading it together. And if we need to, see it's starting to stick to my fingers a little bit. If we need to, we can just dip it back in the bag and get some more saline. As you can see, it's dripping off of our slime right now. And our slime, you can see it's sticking to me a little bit, but it's a quick, easy cleanup. Comes right off. And we can keep playing with this, folding it around. And I know a lot of kids love to put things in their slime. Now today, you noticed I'm not putting food coloring in the slime. You can do that. The downside to putting the food coloring in the slime is your fingers are going to turn that color. So because I didn't want to make a change to my fingers and have it last more than 5 seconds, I decided I'm just going to stick with the white today. But I think you can see it pretty well across, against my shirt. And see, it's a little bit chunky, but it's stretchy and kind of rubbery. So we've changed the glue from something sticky to something rubbery. So we have an actual chemical change, but it's also changed the properties of the glue. As I said, it's no longer sticky. I can mold it around, I can put things in, and I can have lots of fun with it. And this is our basic slime recipe.